Is the frequency in use? Alrighty, a minute late here or so, but is the frequency in use? I got nothing. My name is Paul, Kilo 4 Papa Echo Whiskey at bringing the net to you from Mount Juliet, Tennessee. For Mount Juliet Simplex Radio Net. Is there any emergency or priority traffic? No. If anybody has any priority traffic, just jump in there and say so. Let's see what else I got here. Purposes. Well, here we go. The net may be broken at any time. For information on this net, see our website at 146415.net. 146415.net. Easy to remember. Or you can look us up right now on YouTube. Just look it up in the search block underneath my call on the search block, K4PEW, Kilo 4 Papa Echo Whiskey, or the word Brain Trusts, BRAINTRUSTS, one plural. And or you can on Yahoo groups under MJ_SS. No problem with another radio there. Or you can send me an email at k4pew@arrl.net. We normally meet at 8 p.m. every Wednesday and Saturday evening. Of course, we're on 146.415 FM Simplex. The purpose of the net is to have fun, hopefully improve our stations, and people are normally doing that because if they can't hear some of the stations I talk to, they generally want to figure out why and what's wrong with their station. So it's been very helpful in that regard to lots of the hams who participate in this net. We invite everyone to make announcements. If you have any announcements, I've got a couple here myself. Just let me know. The big one I don't know about, there was something about a VHF UHF contest that Robin was going to remind me of, and I didn't ask him about it. But anyway, what we do have, though, is the Vet City Ham Fest is October 5th, so that's less than 30 days away or so. And that's on October 5th this year, of course. It's a Saturday. It's at 8:30 a.m. and it's $6 to get in. Does anybody have any other announcements? Well, of course, we know we've got two nets coming up Monday. The W4EAO at 8:30. Well, I'm getting it backwards here, but the W4EAO, which is the Wilson County Emergency Operations Center, has emergency preparedness at 8:30 on Tuesday, and that's 146,835. It's the LYR, excuse me, it's the Watertown repeater. It's a negative offset and the tone of 100. Can't get my words out today. And it's at 7:30 though is the Bowling Green net, which is at 7:30 on 146,430, and that's at 7:30 every Tuesday. We also do that on Thursdays at 7:30 on the same frequency. Want to make sure I was doing all right over there on the radio. Does anybody ever need any corrections or fail on that, or does anybody have any other announcements you want to tell me about? All righty. Is this on? Oh no, I don't hear anything. Well, we're going to be starting. This is our net number 516. We're starting from the south tonight, and might as well just start taking check-ins from the south. Please come in.
Before me yet?
Hello, Eddie. You getting a table at Bet City? Somebody keyed up their Yaesu Fusion radio. Is that you, Eddie?
Yeah, I think I'm here.
No, somebody went double. You went on top here, or you didn't transmit. There was something going on with a digital frequency going on.
Oh, okay.
Now, I was wondering if you were going to get a table at the Bet City Ham Fest.
I may end up going to that. It sounds pretty interesting.
Well, I was planning on going. I assumed it was a pretty good one. It's all inside too. I think it's all inside Ham Fest inside. I think there's a conference center there.
Yeah, I think I've been there before. It's real nice.
Yeah, yeah. Well, very good. Got anything else for the net?
Not much. Fix to turn everything off and go watch a movie.
Oh, great. Sounds like a wonderful slow evening.
Yeah, just the usual Netflix night, I guess.
Yeah, I got you. Well, very good. Yeah, we don't have Netflix. We got the Amazon Prime, but there's some okay stuff on there. We want to see something more, we get it on a Redbox, or we actually go to the movies, which is a novel idea these days.
Yeah, Netflix is I don't know. It used to be real good, but it's kind of changed. I'm thinking about canceling.
Yeah, Amazon Prime's not too bad. You got to take a look, see which Prime movies, because most of them are, most of the stuff is free, but there are also some stuff on that you could pay for if you wanted to. Well, anyway, good to have you in there, Eddie. That's Whiskey 4 Echo Bravo X-Ray. He's over in Gladeville. Good to have you in there, Eddie. I bet you were pegging my meter, of course. Of course, you're only 5 or 6 miles away. Who else south of 40, please come in?
Kilo November 4. Mike Papa Victor.
Hey, very good, Terry. How are you?
I'm doing good, Paul. How about you?
Well, I had to turn on the radio. You were killing me.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess that's a good thing, maybe.
No, it's not a bad thing. I don't know. Eddie was a little light, I guess. I had to turn it up quite a bit, and you were blasting in here.
Oh, okay. Well, I think Eddie was doing a little better on the meter than me because he's a little closer, but looks like I'm doing pretty good. It's not overmodulating, is it?
No. It sounds good. I had my radio, I think, turned up too loud.
Oh, okay. All right, Paul. Yeah, it's been a busy day out in the yard again today, and noticed it was time to check in, so got in here just in time.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, I appreciate you being there, Terry. Anything else good going on? You're doing good at work?
Yeah, I had a pretty good week there. Actually, it was it was kind of a headache a couple of days there with a lot of accidents on the interstate. Sit out there an hour and a half one night, an hour another, but that's to be expected every now and then. But I'll let you get with it there, Paul. Hello to everybody on the net, and I hope everybody had a good weekend, and have a good rest of the weekend there tomorrow. Safe one. Talk to you later, Paul. Have a good one. KN4MPV.
Yeah, you need to say thank you to those accidents. They're giving you overtime.
yeah. It's I just soon get paid some other way.
Oh, I understand. Yeah, sitting out on the highway is not exactly a fun job.
No, most definitely. I'd rather be rolling anytime than sitting.
All right. Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, sitting still on the highway on a hot day is just, no matter what you got going on with the radio or with the red, what else you got, it's not fun. Very good, Terry. That was Kilo November 4 Mike Papa Victor in Murfreesboro. Who else out of the 40?
November Yankee.
Well, I probably had a quadruple in there, but Bill caught the big message. How you doing, Bill?
Oh, I'm doing all right. Sorry if I cut the others off, but you never hear them, So, no, everything's going fine, Paul. So, I'll turn it back and let you get those other two fellas. We'll see you 73s, everybody.
Yeah, I appreciate you checking in there, Bill, from Murfreesboro. He's a good signal, as always. Who else was doubling with Bill?
84 ZGY for one.
All right. I'll tell you, there was another double in there. That was Katie Ford ZGY. How you doing there, Ed?
Good afternoon, Paul. Kilo Delta 4 Zulu Gaki. Good evening, everyone on the net there. We had a good day here. It's still kind of hot down here in the shake rag. But anyway, we got out some, and man, we got to go and went to up in the Amish country, up around the woods, McMinnville, Tennessee. Enjoyed that there. Got out, just rode around, and enjoyed the scenery, and came home and found air conditioning.
Is there any? You say it's nice. I'm sure it's a nice area there. I've never been to that, but is there anything peculiar? Wow. Anything interesting in that Amish area?
Well, they had some different things they worked on and all, but we just went to the store up there where they they sell things in bulk, and wife bought some peaches and I don't know, just this, that, and the other. We just wanted to go up there and see it. trying to think of the name of it. An Indian name up there, or Ponchatoula, or Pocahontas. My wife thought in the background. Pocahontas. On Pocahontas Road there outside of Woodbury.
Ah, okay. Very good. Yeah, I've never been. Sounds interesting.
All right, there. Other than that, I shared that with you. Good evening to you. I'm going to go watch a little pigskin football. Katie Ford, EGY. Have a great night, that ball.
Yeah, very good, Ed. Good to have you in there. That's Ed, Kilo Delta 4 Zulu Golf Yankee down in Shake Rag near Shelbyville. All right, who else was in there from South Florida?
KE4CYJ.
Hey, Jim. How you doing?
Oh, doing good. Good to hear everybody tonight. As you, I just haven't had too much time to get on the radio, but good to hear everybody so far.
Well, you've been kind of busy with between work, family, and traveling. I guess you're doing fine.
Oh, I think this afternoon was the first time I was actually on 2 meters in like a week or so. So it was good to hear. Good to talk to you and Wes and the rest of them all there. Good to have you kind of being out there, so to speak.
Yeah, it's funny how it's. I'm trying to figure out what it was like when before I had a computer. I told myself a couple of years into owning a computer, so what did I do with my free time before I had to mess with a computer? And now it's computers and radios, and I want to know what I do with my free time before that.
You get a motorcycle. Motorcycles and radios.
Well, it's funny because everybody who's got a motorcycle, generally the ones I know, if they're not riding their motorcycle, they're cleaning.
Yeah, it's the biggest maintenance cost on most of these motorcycles, keeping them clean. I know it is for the 2 I have.
Yeah, well, it's one of those things where there's a lot of chrome and paint to be looking good on it. Otherwise, you look like a street bum.
You don't have to have a lot of shiny stuff, but it's nice to have your stuff looking, clean. It makes me feel better anyways. Whether anybody else likes it or not, it makes me feel better.
No, I understand. Or you could just make it look like a dirt bike.
There's a guy we ride with. He lives out towards Knoxville way. He's got an older Goldwing, and he doesn't wash it. And he was asking one of the guys had a nice shiny Goldwing. Goes, does it work any better because it's clean?
Yeah, that's right. He's right though. You can spend a lot of time in elbow grease cleaning up any vehicle, but it doesn't run any better.
No, but it makes me feel better. That's all that really matters. All right, I won't hold it. Good to hear everybody, and let you get on with the net. Sounding good, Paul, as usual. KE4CYJ near Woodbury.
Yeah, very good, Jim. That was Jim Kilo Echo 4 Tango Juliet Yankee. He's in Woodbury. And it's funny, when you change oil in your car, it also makes you feel good. Even if it doesn't run any better, you just feel better. All righty. Who else we got south? Please come down.
Kilo Romeo 4 Alpha Zulu. How's it going here, Mr. Paul?
It is going well. I'm still sitting upright and taking solid food and feeling pretty good.
That's all that counts. That's all that counts. You're not in a rut. You know what a rut is, don't you?
Well, I know the ruts I get into, but I'm not sure what your definition is.
Whole country definition of rut ain't nothing but a grave with the ends kicked out of it.
Yeah, no, I'm not in that rut yet. It's funny how we think about that. My wife and I were talking about that today. She says, if you die, do I get your higher Social Security? I go, yeah. You got plans?
Yeah, that's right. What have you been into today?
A little bit of everything. I was out trimming shrubs and fixing to put in a new fence and around the yard, and I'm trying to make plans. I'm putting up that new, which I haven't put up yet. It was a full wave 80 meter antenna in the backyard, a loop, a square loop.
That would be fun. Take a little real estate to do that, but at least you're not putting up a 160 meter loop. You'd really have fun with that. I spent all day up in Crossville visiting some friends we used to go to church with, so pretty nice up there. They have a home, got a
got the lake view and everything. It's real nice.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, because I've not been there. Crossville is right on the Cumberland, is it not?
No, I'm not sure about that. They just got a lake around here, pretty close to their place. It's just right past Cookville. So, I don't know if you're thinking about where's that campground that everybody likes to go to? I don't know if that's no, Crossville. So yeah, it's right there past Cookville, like going up toward Knoxville.
Yeah, I probably got the names messed up there. I'm just trying to look it up on the map here. No, it doesn't have ain't no river running through that one. I was thinking of something else. Sorry about that. Yeah, it's Tennessee. Really, I was just telling somebody on the air. I think it was yesterday. How Tennessee is. It's kind of getting screwed up, I think, because just so many people are moving here, which I was one of them. But I'm not thousands, I'm just one person. But it's everybody. I mean, Middle Tennessee is getting crowded between Sumner County, Murfreesboro. Rutherford County, Wilson County, Davidson County, and Franklin County. Franklin, yeah, and Williamson County. Excuse me. And it's getting so busy. It's like, but the rest of the state is just beautiful. I mean, well, Wilson's beautiful too. Don't get me wrong. But, what I'm saying is that it's a beautiful state. It's got low taxes. You really couldn't ask for much more, and that's why everybody's moving here.
Yeah, I know it. Murfreesboro is getting where it's really crowded. Traffic is still trying to get around. They're trying to make it better, but they can't keep up with it. The infrastructure. You got 70s roads with all this, with all the influx of people coming in. But hey, that's growth, I guess. You move out of the county though, like you had on the news this other week. All these regional hospitals closing makes it hard if you're getting older, like we all are. If you're needing an emergency room or something like that, it's so hard to get you to it. So it's kind of like old fellow says, you're stuck between a rock and a hard place. You move out where it's a little less populated. You got to spend all that time trying to get to it, or in an emergency, you don't have a hospital or something. So I don't know. I guess we'll just stick where we're at till the Lord calls us home. Anyway, Miss Paul, I won't tie it up. I know you got them lined up like a taxiway with the planes ready to take off. So I'll let you get gear up, buddy. So 73, my friend. Everybody have a good night. KR480Z, clear after you.
Yeah, very good. Good to have you in there, Tim. That was Tim Kilo Romeo 4 Alpha Zulu. He's also in Murfreesboro. Good signal. Who else south? Please come in.
Kilo 4 Juliet Bravo Romeo Woodbury.
Hey, how are you doing?
Oh, just hanging around like a loose tooth.
My teeth don't get loose anymore. They just fall out.
Mine's a jar in there. I visit them every now and then.
Oh, how is I don't know. Do you know Jim in Woodbury, that KE4TYJ?
No, I might have talked to him on 2 meters or something, but I don't know him. I live downtown, right off the square down here.
Ah, okay. Well, he would know where that is for sure. He lives north. I think it's kind of north of Jim does anyway. Well, I wanted to, before I forget, we do have that side bend net right after this net, after we do a quick buy, sell, swap, and swindle net. I didn't want to leave that out. I forgot to mention it. So we got the side bend net tonight. Anyway, yeah, Jesse. So, I think Jim knows where you live. I'm confident. You'll have to come up for one of our breakfasts.
Yeah, Terry and I plan on coming down in the next, maybe not the next one, but maybe the one after that at least. We're going to get together and come down there for sure. I know he's missed a few himself, and he said he really wants me to come with him.
Okay, but who was that you were talking about?
KN4 MPV.
Oh, Terry. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, very good. That'd be great. Be good. Yeah, we of course the 2nd and 4th, which is next Saturday, and then the following 2 weeks after that. Well, very good, Jesse. Good to have you in there. That's Kilo 4 Juliet Bravo Romeo, and he is in Woodbury. Really nice part of the state. Good to have you in there. Who else, Sal?
Kilo Echo 4 Sierra Yankee Victor.
Hey, very good. Sal, the 40's carrying the load tonight, aren't you, Larry?
Yeah, I've been trying to get in for 30 minutes.
Well, you have to get an amplifier, I guess.
That's a good thing. I'll let you get on with it, Paul. KE4SYV.
Yeah, very good, Larry. Good to have you in there. That's Larry in Rockville. It's Kilo Echo 4 Sierra Yankee Victor. A quick in and out. And who else saw the 40?
Kilo India 4 November Delta November.
Hello, David.
Hello, Mr. Paul. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing. When you get old and you're retired, I'm not that old, I guess 70, but every chance I get, I feel like I'm going to take a nap.
I understand that. I'm not 70 yet, but I'm sneaking up on it.
Oh, I know. I never thought of myself being 70. It's kind of funny to me because I still don't think of myself as, I have to remind myself I'm 70, but I don't know what that means anymore. It's just that I still try to keep active. I still try to keep, busy and up and upright and having, being out and like I do with my exercise routine. And it's, I still feel pretty good. I'm not on any medication except for that stinking, the stuff with cholesterol.
That's a good thing. Still good and healthy. I heard two guys talking the other day. One of them said he's 60, I think, and the other one's 50. And the 60-year-old told him, I'm 10 years smarter than you are.
Sometimes that's true.
Well, 10 years with more experience, let's say that.
Well, you know how that goes. That old story about, when you're 18 years old, you think your parents are the dumbest people on earth. And then when you get 25, you can't figure out how they gained so much knowledge in 7 years.
I know that's right. My folks was always right, that's for sure. Anyway, Mr. Paul, have a good one. Appreciate what you do. This is KI4NDN. Good evening to everyone. That's right.
Yeah, very good. That's David, Kilo India 4 November, Delta November. He checked in last week on his HT from Clay, where was that? Clay County?
Edge of Coffee. It's right where Coffee, Cannon, and Rutherford come together in the corner.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry, I said Clay, not coffee. I meant to say coffee. Yeah, he checked in with an HT with a readable signal to me. Very good. Of course, he's at a good altitude, good elevation as well. Anyway, that's he's in normally in Reedyville, and of course David's the one that does usually does the nets, the Simplex nets, the first Tuesday of the month for the Rutherford Aries group. And I send out reminders about that in case anybody wants to know more information. Who else we got? South 40. We ran out of South of 40. Well, good. We'll move on to the east then. East of Mount Juliet.
WA4ZHI.
Hey, hope your lawn is a lot wetter than mine because mine's dry as a bone.
What happened to you?
Well, the lawn is, it hasn't rained and it's just unbelievable how dry it is. It's nice though. It isn't soggy yet.
Well, you got yellow grass, huh?
Well, it seems to be getting there. I mean, it's almost like a wire brush in parts of my back lawn.
Well, yellow grass is a little bit better than dirt.
I'm not that worried about it. I mean, it's funny. I bought last season. I bought some that Scott's, the Scott's bag of fertilizer, and it said it's, it kills clover, gets rid of clover, guaranteed. Well, it actually seemed my clover got bigger.
Yeah, people like clover.
And I know some of the animals like clover, that's for sure. But everything going well for you, James?
Yeah, pretty good. I had trouble. I got on the air okay, but I couldn't get on the YouTube. I mean, YouTube wouldn't hook me up.
Huh? Maybe I started a subscription service and you didn't pay the bill.
Well, I finally got it after about 5 minutes.
Oh, I can't imagine why I would. I don't have any control over that. So sometimes, in fact, when I started it, it normally starts pretty quick when you say you're gonna, it's called going live, when you do it on the web. And this time I was a little worried because I hit it and I waited and I waited and I waited and I said, uh-oh, I got problems. And then it came on. So I don't know, maybe they're having too much traffic or something. I don't really know. Well, very good. Let's see how many people. Oh, there's 8 people on there. That's surprising. I don't normally pay much attention to who's on there until later. It's really kind of surprising. I'm not sure who all's going to, but we've had some nets that either during the net or afterwards, in the next week or so, we've had as many as 50 and 60 people look at it, at least momentarily, because I don't know how if they count them if you look for 1 second or 1 minute, or I really don't know how they do that. But anyway, there is increased interest in Simplex. I've noticed that. Well, very good, James. Good to have you in there. James is right here in the heart of Mount Juliet. That's Whiskey Alpha 4 Zulu Hotel, India. And look forward to seeing you next Saturday at the breakfast. Who else is east of Mount Juliet? East of Mount Juliet, please come in. Hey, Earl, hang on 1 second. I had Stan in there. Kilo Mike 4 Hotel. It's Hotel Quebec Echo, is it not? Oh, I got it right. My memory's not completely shot. You feeling a little better this time?
Fully getting there, Paul.
Well, I've always been amazed at how slow. Well, maybe it's just because I'm older, but how slow it takes to recover from something like any surgery. It seems like it doesn't take a week, it doesn't take 2 weeks, it takes a month or 2 months,
Yeah, it takes a little bit longer when you get older, too.
Yeah, I think it does. I think you're right. Like I said, we talked about that briefly on an email, but I was surprised. Well, it took me a while to recover. I'll give you that. I mean, I wasn't prepared to do much for the first after they get hit by that car. To do a whole lot for several months. It wasn't like I was going to get up and do anything, including exercise. I mean, I did get up and walk around. I did a lot of stuff. But I'll be darned if I'm going to go out and put more stresses on my body after I busted all those bones.
Yeah, Roger. Well, I want to help you out, Paul. Back in that day before
Yeah, very good. That's Stan, Kilo Mike 4 Hotel Quebec Echo, and he's over there just north of downtown Lebanon. And then we got Earl down there in Noreen, just east of Cedars 11. Still there, Earl?
Going on out there, Paul? Sounds like you're having too much fun up there in the big city of Mount Juliet.
Yeah, man, it's a metropolis, man. It's just our tallest building is, I don't know what it is. It might be 3-story, maybe.
Yeah, it's probably a bank, right?
I don't know. I'd have to think about that. I never gave it much thought. I think there's an office building that might have 3 stories. In fact, I'm pretty sure it does. I just don't pay that much attention. I mean, I lived in Tampa and Miami, and they've got lots of big buildings. The tallest one, like I was in Tampa, one of the 40-something story building, and I probably comparable to what Nashville has, that kind of stuff. You get used to that, and you come here, and it's great. It's like, there's no big buildings.
Yeah, so there you go. Let the breeze blow like it's supposed to. All right, then 7-3's out there on the net, and you too there, Paul, of course, and there you go. I'll let go with that. There you go. Still halfway to go and a long way to get there, I guess. So anyway, everything's hunky dory, peachy creamy over here in the big pot lick of Nori. Y'all be good and have a good weekend. What's left of it, and we'll catch you when we can, where we can. Kilo Echo 4, Delta Echo Zulu. Back to you, Paul.
Yeah, very good. That was Earl, Kilo Echo 4, Delta Echo Zulu. He's in Noreen. They're just east of the Cedars of Lebanon. You had a good signal tonight, Earl. Sounds great. Who else? East of Mount Juliet.
KG4, Mother.
Hey, stranger, how you doing? I haven't talked to you in seems like a week.
Yeah, it's been a little while. I don't know. It's been a little while. Hope Stan gets better. I hate to hear people being sick. Really nothing going on over here, man. Just been watching a little bit more TV than I should. Doing a little bit of other stuff. Not very much to talk about. Interest anyway. I hadn't done too much radio and just been doing stuff around the house here.
You didn't happen to watch that? I was going to send that out on the group. There was a football game. Let's see, today is Today is Saturday. I don't know when that football game took place. Maybe it was last weekend. It was a college game between the 17th ranked team, which can't even remember the name of it now, and a little school that was like not ranked, and they got beat ultimately like 56-7. Okay, so you with me so far?
Yeah, that's a beatdown.
Well, what was funny about it was the score was 15-0, like in the first quarter, and then a kickoff. It's on the web. I'll have to send out a link. It was cute because the kickoff, the guy flubbed the catch and it went into the end zone. You know, on the receiving team, this was the team that was going to get beat badly, and he fumbled. He got knocked around in the end zone. They thought it was going to be a safety. He ran like 105 yards for a touchdown against this number 17 ranked team.
Dang, see there you go. You can't tell what the game's going to do.
He's probably going to go home. You know, that was that was an away game for this little team. They're probably going to take him home and rename the stadium for that game.
Yeah, or build a stadium for it.
Well, apparently last season that same school was 1 win and 10 losses.
Yeah, that's got to suck. But hell, they're getting better.
Yeah, they only got beat by, instead of 56, only by 7 touchdowns instead of 8. Very good. Good to hear from you there, Kevin. I miss hearing you on the air, man. I thought we had upset you or something. Anyway, that's Kevin. KG4, Kilo Golf 4, Mike, India Zulu, just a little bit west of downtown Lebanon, big city over there. County seat for the jail, the Justice Department, the sheriff, everybody's there. And Kevin is too. Who else we got east of Mount Zulu?
Now, I'm not in the jail with them now.
No, you're no, I didn't mean that. I just meant everything's there. And Kevin's. It's all important stuff. Kevin's there, the jail's there, the county seat, the sheriff department, all the big stuff. Anybody else east of Mount Zulu?
Are you referring to my waistline?
No. The big players over there. The ones who carry the big sticks over there. All carry all the weight for the, have the influence over the citizenry.
I'm just messing with you, Paul. Carry on, my friend. We'll talk to you. KG4 Monday.
Hey, at 275, I can't throw too many stones too far.
Me neither.
All right, and what I do, I make fun of skinny people. That's what. Look at that skinny person. What's wrong with that? That looks disgusting. All right, who else we got the east of Mount Juliet?
Kilo 4 Whiskey United.
Hey, Bill, how are you doing? Haven't heard from you in a little bit.
I'm doing fine there, Paul. How you doing?
I am doing just dandy because I got you on the radio.
You're just too nice.
Well, you must be mobile after your meeting today.
No. I'm here at the home quarters right now. I'm testing an antenna right now. It's one of the Tram 1481s. It's only about 20 foot up, just on a fence post and a pole. Which I always test the antennas before laying them out up on the towers.
Oh yeah, no, I've done the same thing. No, you have a good signal in here. It's nice and loud anyway. Of course, you normally do have a good signal from your QTAs.
Yeah, I've still got the other, the small jet stream or whatever it is up there on the tower. So I've been really interested in kind of noting some of the signal levels of the fellow ham operators here, and boy, I really appreciate this net because it sure does help us do better things with our radio.
Well, it's like you said it. I remember you telling me that. You said, before, and believe me, you duplicated what I did. When people get into ham radio and they're active, and they just normally gravitate to, hey, look at my antenna. I can hit this repeater and that repeater and that repeater. How far away they are? Look at that. I hit that one in Crossville, or put that one in, over in Franklin, or hit that one, whatever. And then once you start seeing in Simplex, you go, I can't hear anybody, or you can't hear lots of people. Let's put it that way.
Roger that. It's definitely useful, and I'm So far, I'm hearing most of them. There's some over in the Murfreesboro area. Seem to be a little soft over in that area. They seem to be kind of weak to me here. But like I said, I can practically jump up and grab the antenna, you know, at the height that it is now. But once we figure out that standing wave is solid, no intermittence or anything, we'll put her up on the tower and then recheck her.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, no, it's just interesting how I remember before I had trouble like getting into places over in Williamson County, or in Brentwood and Franklin, and once I got the new antenna up higher, oh my gosh, it was like I was talking to you, or talking to Lebanon, or talking to Nashville. You know, it was a breeze.
No, Roger that, and I love the website here. I'm on the YouTube. It's the first time I've actually, to be honest with you, looked at the your signal meter on there and everything, and this is really too cool.
Well, that I know of, I think we're the only ones who do that, and I think it's very valuable because, well, it's not valuable to me so much because I get to hear pretty much everybody. I rarely hear a relay, you know, but everybody who's coming in now has got pretty good signals, but it's them, people wherever you are on the fringes particularly, they go, I can't hear, and that's so critical, and they can see that their signal is maybe not as good as they think it should be given the distance they have, you know.
Yeah, Roger that. I'm looking at the, you know, my signal's run around like plus 20, between plus 10 and plus 20 on your meter there. And Kevin is, I mean, he's nailing it, man. I mean, he is nailing it. So I hope when I get it up on 40 feet, get it up about 40, 45 feet, it'll come up.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And yeah, well, that's because, you know, the city council over there in Lebanon and the county has declared Kevin to be a big gun station.
Yeah, but he definitely comes booming in here, that's for sure. Hey, Paul, I'll let you get back at it. Good to hear you. Appreciate what you do, and thanks for all your support.
Yeah, very good. Well, it's all just part of the radio thing, as they say. Good to have you in there, Bill. That's Bill, Kilo 4 Whiskey uniform, and he is over in Possum Town. Who else? East of Montreal. Anybody else east? Up to the north then.
KJ4 TMR and KJ4 HMB.
Hey, how you doing there, Ray?
Good. We've been up here at Shepherdsville today. Brought back some junk.
Junkers or junk?
Junk, radio junk.
Ah, okay. More radio junk?
Yeah, found a handful of rotary and rotor box and 2 antennas, a radio.
Oh, cool. As long as you can either sell them or put them to good use.
Then I'll probably sell the radio and the rotary and the rotor box, and one of the antennas I'm going to play with one.
Yeah, there was somebody, I think, keying up on top of you there. I'm not sure what that was. Did you hear that, Ray?
Do we now?
No, I heard somebody. I thought somebody was keying up with just a dead key, and I didn't know if that was you or somebody else.
I'm going to keep my dog out of that one.
No, I don't know. Somebody was in there or not. I couldn't tell. It wasn't any big deal. I just heard something else in. So everything else going well for you? Your kids okay? Or your grandkids? How's that? Your grandkids?
Oh, yeah. It's just time. Day at a time. Move on up the highway.
Yeah, well, you're lucky and I don't want to say lucky and unlucky, but it's great to have a lot of family around, but it's also can be a burden. I happen to be unburdened because I don't have any of my family living around me at all.
Well, a couple of them I worry about. 3 of them I kind of worry about. One of them I don't, because I know she's got no common sense about her, but the other 3, well, one, they shuffled him around, and I didn't like how they did it without telling nobody, and I think there's more to it than being told. The other one, he moved off up to Michigan, and he's not liking it up there at all. He said, "They're the nasty mouthest things you'll ever hear in your life."
Yeah, well, it's one of those deals that everybody's got to learn their own path, I guess I'll say, the kids, and because you really can't tell them much of anything if you haven't figured that out.
No, okay. But anyway, Appreciate you letting me in on that. Y'all have a good night. Doing a good job. We'll catch you a bit later. TG4 John.
Yeah, very good. Zoe's is Kilo Juliet 4 Hotel November Victor. Is that correct?
KJ4 HNV is in Victor.
Yeah, I got it. I'm good. Hotel November or HNV. I just want to make sure I heard it right.
That's it.
Very good. Well, say hello to Zoe for me. And of course, that was Ray, Kilo Juliet 4 Golf Mike Romeo. And he's in Cottontown along with his better half. Who else north, please come in?
WB0 NOL.
Hey, how are you doing, Mark?
Doing good, Paul. Sitting here, been listening all night and hearing everybody. They all sound pretty good. Been spending a little time watching the aftermath in the Bahamas, and spent quite a bit of time down there in the Abaco Islands. So really feel for those poor folks.
Oh, yeah. When you see that mess, you want to, yeah, I know it sounds almost crazy. I don't think it is crazy, though. You actually want to go down there and help.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. They got a problem, boy. There's just nothing left of that place. I just couldn't believe it. And of course, they didn't have a lot down there, but they were a happy bunch of people and very accommodating and friendly and just good folks. And man, they lost it all.
Well, I don't know. I've never been to the Bahamas. I've met some people from the Bahamas, and I've talked to people in the Bahamas. And I get the impression that they'll do well because they seem to be more optimistic than your average people.
Oh, yeah, they are, and they're resilient. They got a long road, though. And I think the biggest issue is that like 50% of their Bahamas revenue comes from the tourist trade. And of course, there isn't going to be any of that for a while. So not only do they have to rebuild their homes, they won't have jobs.
Yeah, well, they still have a connection to England in some manner, don't they?
I think they're independent now. Of course, they were a colony. And a big part of it was populated by the Loyalists after the Revolutionary War. And we kind of banished them to the Bahamas.
Yeah, well, I was just doing some basic reading on that within the last week or so, and I did not realize it. There's lots of things I don't know about history. But one of the things is that when they got not banished, in other words, the Loyalists who England would bring them, those Loyalists from the colonies, and brought them to Bahamas, and they brought their slaves with them. And also after Britain outlawed slavery in the early 1800s, I don't know what year it was, when the British military, the Navy ships would take over a slave ship, they just deliver the slaves and drop them off in the Bahamas.
Yep. Well, it's interesting the difference down there. They speak with a kind of an English accent, dialect, and then they have a little bit of their own language thrown in the middle. When they don't want us to know what they're talking about, then they use their own, I don't know what they call it, but it's kind of like a Creole kind of a language.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I don't think I have not heard the Bahamians speaking that way, but I think I know where you're headed. I saw some of that from the Haitians and the Jamaicans as well when I was in South Florida.
Yep. Anyway, find a place and send them a few bucks. That's what they need. That's my plug for tonight. Have a good evening. WB0NOL.
Well, we actually need to ship them some Caterpillar products and John Deere products as well, boy, because they're going to need to clear out a lot of stuff.
Yep, they are. It's going to be a job.
Yeah, I know it. All right, that was Mark. Whiskey Bravo 0 November Oscar. He's over there in Hermitage. Great signal. Yeah, and he's right there. And that what a mess that Bahamas went. And as we watched it on the air, and I'm sure you guys did too, you people did too, that to know that hurricane was sitting practically on top of parts of the Bahamas you could envision what was going to happen. Oh my gosh. Anyway, who else we got? Where was I? North of Juliet, please come in. Hey, how you doing, Brian?
Not bad, not bad. I can hear everybody and good evening to everybody on the net. And yeah, we've been watching the aftermath of Dorian in the Bahamas. It's unbelievable. I don't know where they're going to put all that stuff. You know, it looks like if you had dumpsters, I mean, where would you empty it? Stuff before DVD.
I'll probably have to use it for landfill to create more of an island.
Yeah, I just don't know a lot about that. It's unbelievable that a Cat 5 sat on him for about 48 hours. I saw reported just about over 200 miles an hour, saying 185, et cetera, et cetera. Hard to imagine anybody surviving any of that.
Yeah, it is. You're right. You're right. And did they give a death toll over there yet?
I heard 30 plus this morning, up to 40 plus this evening, and still rising.
Well, I don't think you're going to know until they get out into all those areas because there's no communication in some areas, isn't it? Isn't that right?
I think everything is gone. I don't know if there are active amateurs. I think there were, but I don't know about the power situation, et cetera, et cetera. So I just no idea.
Yeah, I got you. What a mess, though. Yeah, you don't ever want. I know when I followed up on a couple of hurricanes that were hit down there in Florida, you cannot believe how destructive. Well, the one example I gave, I mean, it wasn't that it was so horrible, but the wind speeds were high enough that the rain was so, the water within the wind was so strong coming off the beaches. I mean, just in the airborne water, whether it was rain or whether it was, off of the ocean itself. It actually, how you have a condenser, the air-cooled condensers on, like in your outside air conditioner or on a commercial unit up on a roof, and it was on a roof of an assisted living facility. And I was looking at seeing, and it flattened out the condensers just with the wind and the rain.
Yes, I understand. Unbelievable. Well, listen, I'm going to sign off here. Good to hear everybody, and glad I'm audible. So still on the HP with the Attic J-Paul. No major changes here. So W4 DVD.
Yeah, well, very good. Where you're bouncing the meter a little bit here, so you're not doing too bad. That was Brian, Whiskey 4 Delta Bravo Victor, and he's up in northwest Wilson County with signal. I can hear, but I'm not sure everybody else can because he's got a compromise issue with an attic antenna, but it does good. He gets out, but just not great. Who else north, please come in? All right, moving to the west, please come.
Hey, wait a minute. Whiskey 9, Bravo, Oscar, Quebec.
All right. Is that the slow version of checking in?
Yes, very. I had a broom in my hand. I'm sweeping, and I meant to call before the last guy, and then I started sweeping again, and all of a sudden I couldn't reach the radio. So anyway, I could hear everybody except a couple of people from the south are pretty weak tonight.
Could be some conditions, I guess. How far? Do you know which ones they were?
Well, one of them, I wrote down his call sign, KD4ZGY. I couldn't hear him at all, but then I noticed he was off frequency by about, he was at 146.411.
Oh, he didn't sound that way to me, but I couldn't tell. Well, you got to remember where he is. He's down there. Actually, I think it's south of Shelbyville.
Once I tuned out, I could hear him. But anyway, I'm going to get back to sweeping here, and good evening to everybody on the net. Thanks for doing the net, Paul. W9BOQ.
Yeah, well, you got a killer signal as always, man. You're 60 over plus, so you sound good too. It's got a good audio.
Thank you. 73.
All right, that was Whiskey 9, Bravo, Oscar, Quebec. It's Dennis. He's in Castellian Springs. Got a great station up there now. He's he's proud of it and he's happy with it. He's got a real nice setup up there. Who else? North or west? Please come in.
Early late check-in. Kilo KG460. Papa November.
All right, we have to breeze through these quickly. Who's I here in there first? I already forgot. Okay, Richard, let me take you first.
Good evening, Paul. KI4SIB. I hope everybody's had a good day. And 73 to everybody on the net. I'll get out of your way. KI4SIB, back to you.
Yeah, very good, man. You went down the hall, and I figured, man, you got one long haul last night.
Yeah, I did. Actually, it passed out what I did. I'm not going to lie. I went back there and laid down, and the next thing I know is this morning.
Well, you did me a favor. I went to bed.
That's right.
Yeah, no, it was great. We'll catch you later, Richard. That's Kilo India 4, Sierra India Bravo. Who else was in there? I'm not sure I don't know who all it was. So let's just try it again.
KF4ZPN.
KF4Z. Is it P for Papa November?
Roger. And I do know Richard, but I couldn't hear him. This is Dave in Dixon, Tennessee. I'd like to know where your QTH is at. Over.
Well, if you've been to Mount Juliet and you're coming north, well, you just come over I-40 on Mount Juliet Road, or you get off on Mount Juliet Road, you go north. I am about a quarter mile west of the Walmart here in Mount Juliet. That's a good indication. If you want to know where that flagpole is, I'm about a couple of football fields away from that big flagpole on I-40.
Oh, Roger. I don't get over that way very often. I'm tired and retired and totally disabled, so I don't get out too much. And ham radio is my hobby. I just got my D-Star running today, and been working on that for a couple of months. I guess Tennessee isn't up to speed with D-Star and all. They need to talk to them people down in Georgia and get it going. Anyway, nice coffee over here in Dixon. I'm on the north side, just outside the city limits by one street. So have a good one. I'll try to get into this net again. Anyway, this is Kilo Fox 4, zinc-plated nut in Dixon, what they call me. Over.
Yeah, no, you got a great audio and a great signal. And, you know, the distance, are you right in, what part of Dixon are you in?
I'm just north of Dixon. If you look me up on QRZ, I'm at 203 Rouse Road, which the corner of Rouse Road and Rainey is the Dixon city limit sign right there, just right on my street.
Well, I'll tell you what, how high up is your antenna? Because you're getting in here with a great signal, and you're almost 50 miles from me.
Yeah, I understand that. Well, my elevation is 972 feet, and I've got a diamond antenna. It's 2 meter and 440, and it's up about 30 feet. So my antenna's pretty close to 1,000 feet. Over.
Oh, yeah, well, that's partly the reason. I'm also on a good elevation, one of the better elevations here in Mount Juliet, and the antenna's about 700, and the top of it's about 730 feet up in the air. So, and I can get out in most directions about 50 miles and sometimes up to 65 or so, depending upon which direction I'm going.
Roger. Hey, I'm sure you got other people trying to get in there, but I do know Richard quite well. He's been over here to my house and helped put up my antennas here. So you can tell him I said hi. I'm sorry I couldn't hear him.
No, that's all right. That'd be his fault, though. He needs to get his antenna up higher. But he does have a good little system over here for where he is and over there in Lebanon. Yeah, David, it's a pleasure. And don't worry, check in anytime, because we've got people are usually monitoring this frequency, and you're welcome anytime to come in. And that was Dave. He's in Dixon, over there 50 miles west of me. I'm east of him. And that was Kilo Foxtrot 4 Zulu Papa November. And again, you're doing a great job out of Dixon there, Dave. Like I said, you're welcome anytime on this frequency.
All right, 73. Have a good night. KF4ZPN. I will be clear.
Very good. Again, that was Dave, KF4ZPN. Zinc plated nut, he says. That's a good one. Who else? West, please come.
WY4G.
You need to be a regular in here there, Jeff.
Well, I've got the time to do it, so I'm doing it. But good evening to you and everyone else. But anyway, I'm here.
Well, you're here and you're doing fine. You're all rested up and ready to. Did you start work this week?
I return Monday.
Oh, you say you did retire Monday?
No, this coming Monday. I start back this coming Monday.
Oh, you're going to go back to work on Monday. I got you. Yeah. I'm sure you're looking forward to it at this point.
Yeah, I'm getting kind of tired of sitting around not doing anything, but it'll be a nice change of pace.
I take it you had adequate sick pay for that?
Yeah, I had some of that. They messed my check up, but I had to go get that squared away. But everything's fine.
Fantastic. Well, I'm glad you're on the mend and doing great and being able to go back to work. You're still a young man, I think.
Getting ready to turn 60, so I would consider that to be young.
Well, it's 10 years younger than me.
Yeah, but back after I turned 50, I started getting all that AARP stuff, which promptly went in the trash can. So, but it started to kind of tell me then, well, I'm getting there slowly but surely.
Oh yeah, no, I know. Just don't let it all slip away from you like some of us do. Some days it seem to go just fly right by. All right, that was Jeff. He's in Madison. That's Whiskey Yankee 4 Golf. Ready to go back to work after some health issues with some surgery. I'm glad you're getting ready to go back to work. It means you're doing good. Who else? And he's in Madison. Who else? West, please come in.
KG4CXE.
Very good. Chris, you doing all right?
Pretty good, man. How about you?
I'm doing great. Your signal's almost, it's about 50 over.
I'm blaming it on the conditions.
Yeah, I just noticed it was 40 over there. I might have misread that one earlier, but that's still pretty strong for an attic that's inside a window somewhere.
Yeah, and it's funny. The antenna's on the other side of the house. So imagine if I moved it on the side that you're on, it would be pegging it, hopefully.
Yeah, well, it's funny. This antenna is so sensitive. It really is. One of the fellows, Michael, I don't think he's on the net tonight because he's at his niece's wedding and reception, I believe. And he's up in Belshire, and he was using a homemade three-element beam, and it was pointed due west. He's northeast of Nashville, and I'm south-south, east-southeast from him by, I don't know, 15, 18 miles. And he said, I'm surprised you can hear me. And I said, you're full scale to me. I don't know why. Maybe you got the antenna put in backwards or something.
Yeah, it's wild. Yeah, this antenna is on the northwest side of the house, and I think it would need to be on the east side. The southeast would cover maybe more people on the net. I don't know. Maybe I would hear a little bit better if I put it over there, but it's as high as it's going to be. But as long as it's doing okay, I'm good with it.
Oh no, you're doing great. Of course, you've got a kind of a compromised situation there. You're not going to stick up a 24-foot antenna over there at your place.
Yeah, and if I could, trust me, I would. At least that's something small that wouldn't kill me trying to put it up.
No, I understand. Everybody's got to deal with. I'd love to have a 100-foot tower, but that ain't happening real soon.
Yeah, I know where there's a tower in Donaldson that I could get, but I don't have any place to put it. They wouldn't let me have it over here, so oh well. And this isn't a permanent solution anyway, so maybe next year.
I got you. Very good. That's Chris, Kilo Golf 4, Charlie X-Ray Echo. He's in Donaldson. Great signal on the antennas on the other side of his place, on the other side of the house, on the west side. And I'm east of him. Who else we got east? I'm sorry, west. West of Mount Juliet. Please come. Anybody else?
Whiskey 4, Alpha Whiskey Echo.
I take you were being polite there, John.
Yeah, just waiting.
Yeah, I understand. Well, there's quite a few people. You're number 25.
Wow, that is a good count for the evening.
Yeah, I never try to guess. I mean, yesterday, last net on Wednesday was 21, and I never know. Sometimes I think the next lowest one in the last few weeks was 17. So it doesn't, I don't know. It's not like we're looking for a popularity contest. If people use the net, great. If they don't, that's great too, because they got other things to do in their life besides you're a Simplex net.
Yeah, the randomness sort of keeps it more interesting, and it's not like some nets where you can almost predict, alphabetically who is going to be next.
Oh no, I don't. I like I said, I don't worry about that kind of stuff. I really don't. You can't. When I was in sales, it's one of those things I realized that, and I knew from experience that not everybody can be in outside sales, because if you don't have patience and you don't have, or if you're an anxious person, you can't be in sales. Because you can go a whole month and be working every day, calling on people every day, doing proposals every day, doing all kinds of things every day, and you don't have a dime to show for it, because you go, well, you just gotta have faith that things are going to change, and if you're working, doing the right things, things are going to happen. To me, that's what happened on the net here. It's we have a it's been going. I look back, as a matter of fact, I look back even to 17 2 years ago, and I saw that we were having 7, 8, 9 people, and okay, that's nice. And I wasn't unhappy then either.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. It's like when you spend your life like me as either a freelancer or consultant, after a while you sort of get used to looking at life as every day is a work day, but every day is also a weekend. And the unpredictability of it, sort of start to forget about that, because you're just sort of, if you like what you're doing, you're just bearing down all the time.
Oh yeah, no, there's always something going on, and you got to be working, always looking forward to every day and what you got to get done. And if you're not, and I was always surprised. I mean, I'd get somebody call me out of the blue, that I'd given a proposal. I think the worst one was, it was like 2.5 years later. He calls, hey, listen, I'd like you to do that project. And I said, which project is that? I had no idea what he was talking. I'd forgotten about it. No, and he goes, man, you got to have the most patience in the world. You still have the file on this little tiny project. But anyway, you have to. If you're doing the right things, usually, unless the economy collapses, you're going to be doing something good at some point. And it's going to be regular if you're staying regular.
Yeah, I mean, it's sort of a steady unpredictability. I know as a young freelancer, you start, especially if you're newly married, you start living on pins and needles, like, whoa, where's the money coming from next month? But, after a while, it just sort of seems to take care of itself.
Yeah, it does. It really does. And, there's a lot of factors, as that go into it. You also have to be reasonably competent, and people have to be pleased with your work.
Yeah, I mean, I got an unexpected call today that was somebody I talked to almost exactly 3 years ago.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's right. People will remember if they feel that you have something or you've done something for them that's that they liked, or they heard it from somebody else. They call. It's unbelievable how those things happen. It really is kind of interesting. I do miss it, really. I miss the. It's not even the thrill of the chase. It's the thrill of accomplishing things that aren't necessarily seen. You do something. Some of my best proposals, quite honestly, over almost 40 years, are in a trash can somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, it's always interesting. It's because most times, well, not most of the time, but about half the time, I mean, you'll already know, based on who the client is, what kind of thing it could possibly be. But it's always going to be a challenge, and it's always going to be anything to do with entertainment is always last minute. And so it's going to be rushed, but rushed is normal. But the end result of it all is that's all actually sort of fun.
Yeah, it is, and it's fun because it's challenging. Really, I know that I used to get the biggest kick out of even my clients that I had regular stuff going on with. I'd be giving proposals, and they, and then I might modify the proposal. So we got to do this. Okay, great. Then we got to do this, and then so 2 months goes by of modified proposals, and they're sitting there with a contract in their hands, and I don't have an update. So I let it ride because if they want to do it, they'll tell me. And then 3 months later, I'll get a call and they say, "Listen, I got a purchase order for us." Okay, great, ship it over. And they go, "Can you start? When can you start? Tomorrow?" And I do with the ones I knew well. I'd say, "It's funny. I got a whole crew just sitting here waiting for your call."
Yeah, that is an amazing predictable script. How many times that scenario happens over and over.
But what happened, I think, more so in your case, like you said, in entertainment, you got all Chiefs and no Indians.
Yeah, that's one advantage of being in Nashville is that there's so many flight connections. I mean, there have been so many times over the years where it's like somebody calling from LA going like, "Where are you now? Are you in LA now or are you in Nashville?" And they go, "Well, I'm in Nashville." And they go, "If we book the flights right now, can you leave tomorrow to get out of here?"
Yeah, that would be rough. That would be rough. I haven't had that many of those, but I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Can you come here tomorrow? Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, and sometimes it really helps to have understanding clients if you have to move something just a little bit. And surprisingly, most clients, there's usually if there's 2 or 3 clients involved, usually a couple of them have got at least a day or 2 of flex if somebody else has got an emergency.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, it's crazy. Business is fun. In that sense, it's fun because then you end up juggling things and trying to make everything come together and look like you're calm anyway, so nobody else notices that you're running yourself right.
Yeah, but it's the people. You enjoy finding out. I just sort of walk into a meeting with a smile, going, "Okay, what do we got?" And you always know it's going to be some kind of adventure, and it's like, well, I figured if anybody could maybe pull this off, maybe you could. And I go, well, here we go.
Yeah, we'll give it our best shot. All right, well, very good, John. Sounds exciting still. I'm glad you're still doing it. I'd love to actually get back into working, but I don't think it's going to happen. Not at 70. That's Whiskey 4, Alpha Whiskey Echo. Great signal from John over in Bellevue. Anybody else, West? Nobody else, West? Late check-ins? All righty, I'm going to move. I'm not even going to go into the lollygaggers, lurkers, sandbaggers, SDR listeners, of which I am one now, proud non-club member, and preppers, and what's the other one? Oh, yes, end-time survivors. Anybody else at all late check-ins? All righty, we're going to move on to the buy, sell, swap, and swindle. Anybody got anything to sell? It's going to be a quick buy, sell, swap, and swindle. Anybody anything they want to buy? All right, we have 25 people on the net, and we're going to move over then to the sideband portion of the net. It's already 9:10. We had 25 check-ins. It was a good group. Let me get switched over there. We're going to 144.240 upper sideband. And we're going to go there now. Okay, 4 people. All righty, there we are on 144.240. This is Paul, K4PEW Net Control for the Mount Juliet Simplex Net. I had to mess around my radio because I just got it back from California from repair like yesterday, and I didn't have it set properly for this part of the net. Who else? Let's go. We start with Simba. We started before. We're starting from the south. Anybody on sideband? Please come in.
Kilo November 4, Mike Papa Victor.
Hey, sound good there, Terry? Terry Murfreesboro. Who else we got south?
Kilo 4, Juliet Bravo Romeo.
All right, very good. That's Jesse there, and Woodbury. Good signal there, Jesse. Who else we got south? All right, over to the east then. Please come in. East of Mount Juliet.
Kilo Golf 4, Mike India Zulu.
Hey, how you doing there? You sound good there, Kevin? Hey, how's my frequency sound to you on my fixed radio?
Sounds good. Sounds good over here.
All right, sounds good, Kevin. That was Kevin over there in Lebanon. Who else east? All right, up to the north.
0 NOL, and I didn't have to use my red on you.
Yeah, good. Well, like I said, it went out to it was a somewhat expensive fix, but they realigned it and they put some ceramic filters in it, replaced I think 3, and I also asked them to replace the display board on it, which was the biggest price item on it.
Yeah, well, it sounds good. Sounds on frequency.
All right, very good. Yeah, very good there, Mark. Who else we got north? Please come in.
Whiskey 9, Bravo, Oscar, Quebec.
Sound good up in the Castellan Springs there, Dennis. How was that? How did my audio sound on sideband? Any better? Any worse? Do you know?
I don't remember, but it sounds good right now. You're on frequency. It sounds great. I'm going to switch to my beam on the fly. I'm on the X700 now. I'm on the beam. On the beam pointed about 200 degrees from my house, which is pretty much to Mount Juliet. I'm back on the X700. Over.
Yeah, don't be switching antenna, man, when you're transmitting.
Well, what can that do?
Well, it messes with the finals on your radio something fierce because it gives that momentary break in having a load.
Okay. Anyway, which way was better?
It was almost equal. I wasn't looking at the S meter. Let's do it one more time, and please break before you switch.
I will. X700, test 1, 2, 3. Cushcraft. I get a little alright with my shack when I switch to the Cushcraft. I noticed that. X700.
Yeah, you were pushing up on, bumping up against S9 on the Cushcraft, and you were doing somewhere a little over 10 over on the vertical.
Yeah, you're just at 10 over on your vertical. All right, WWQ.
Yeah, very good, Dennis. I'm glad we got that helped out a little bit. Anybody else north? Anybody north? Anybody west?
Whiskey 4, Alpha Whiskey Echo.
Yeah, very good, John. Were you able to hear everybody?
Yeah, I made out everybody. Dennis sounded better to me on his 700 on the vertical.
Yes, exactly. He was better on the vertical to me as well. Of course, I'm presuming he wasn't pointing that beam over at you either.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. I wonder, where is he pointing? Is he aiming at you, or has he got it?
I don't know, Dennis. Which way were you pointing the beam?
The rubber all calibrated and all set up now, right?
Yeah.
I was pointing 200 degrees from my location of west of Gallatin or east of Gallatin. So from my house, that's pretty much right at Mount Juliet.
Here's that, John. He's pointing over about 200 degrees from him, which pushes. He's almost catching you with a little wide part of his signal going west. You know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm getting him, I guess, just sort of on the edge of the lobe. But, I mean, it still copies fine, but he comes up a couple of S units on the 700.
Hey, by the way, John, you know, Michael was really excited about getting that rig from you so he could work 2 meter sideband. And this is the first event he would have done, and he's not at home.
you know, those wedding parties get a little wild.
Oh, I have a feeling he's not much of a wild man at a wedding party.
By the way, the radio sounds great. It sort of wandered around for about the first 10 seconds, right when you started transmitting, and then it stabilized on frequency real quickly after that.
Huh. Well, whatever. I don't know what that means to the radio, but it came back and it seems to be fine. Like I said, it's you know, for about $300, it's a better work.
Yeah, it's rock solid, and that's kind of a little bit of drift right at the start of a transmission or the beginning of a QSO is pretty normal on radios, unless they've got like a Crystal 11 TXCO or something.
I got you. Do we have any other late check-ins? Please come down.
Kilo 4 Delta Echo Zulu.
All right, there was two of you in there. Earl was the one. All right, Earl. Who was the other party besides Earl?
WB0 LOL. I just wondered if Dennis, if his beam was horizontal or vertical.
It's horizontal. That's why it's not improving to anybody.
Roger. Okay, that's what I thought.
All righty. His beam was, did you hear that, John? He was horizontal on his beam.
Oh, that's right. Okay, that's right. Because horizontal basically is down about anywhere from 15 to 20 dB.
Yep, it's going to make a difference, that's for sure. Well, Earl, how are you doing? Are you able to hear everybody?
Yeah. Just somewhere down in the noise, but I could. That's the beauty of sideband for me. That's when I can really get everybody.
From the FM side, I thought, oops, I must have missed the trader's net and so I flipped over here pretty quick and got it tail in there, and I got my 18 foot off the ground, 13 B2 pointed at you on the vertical side, and I think I got it honed in pretty well. But I heard the last three people in there. I think I heard Dennis and them other two fellers in there, KE4 DEZ.
Yeah, you're coming in good. You're bumping up sometimes against S9, so you're doing, I don't know if you're looking at the web version, but you did real good. Yeah, good to have you in there. Anybody else out there we didn't catch? All right, well, we'll close that portion on that. We had 8 of us in here tonight, which is a good night for sideband, and we had 25 on FM, so we're doing great. I'm going to call the net is done unless anybody else has got something they want to add.
Radio's working fine over there, Paul, man. KE4 DEZ.
Yeah, very good, Earl. Good to hear that. Yeah, it seems to be working rock solid at the moment. I just glad I got a couple of backups. That's all. Well, yeah, I do. I got a couple of backups. Well, very good, Earl. Anybody else?
Hey, a comment. I don't know if it's my radio or your radio, but everybody is off frequency except for you.
Okay. I don't know how we manage that. Now, you sound fine to me.
Yeah. Yeah, I think at UHF radios are not going to be as exact. I'm kind of finding that out.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Really? Yeah, you sound great.
Hey, by the way, on my other radio, I had the FM gain was at 50 or 60%, and on this radio it was 40.
W9BOQ.
Yeah, I was just I doubled with you. I said on the other radio that you said didn't sound as good, I had that gain, that FM gain, at a higher level than I do on this radio.
Oh well, we're back to sounding good, that's for sure.
All right, very good. Anybody else? Any last remarks? Well then, good night, everybody. This is K4PEW closing the night.